This program is a copyrighted production of Indiana Sports Network and cannot be shown, reproduced, or redistributed in any way or in any form without prior written permission from Indiana Sports Network.
You're watching high school basketball on the Indiana Sports Network.
And welcome to Terre Haute South for tonight's basketball action. It's high school basketball on the Indiana Sports Network. Hello, everyone. I'm Herb King. Troy Welton is alongside me this evening. We're going to have a great ball game for you. You're going to see one of the best athletes, I think, in the state of Indiana, and what Bloomington North has as their leader in J.Q. Roberts. We'll talk a little bit more about him a little later, but really two teams winning records, good opportunity, and again, Bloomington North on the road here at Terre Haute South.
Yeah, Bloomington North undefeated on the road this year. They're 4-0. It's going to be a real tough test for South tonight. See if they can compete with the athleticism of the Cougars. They're coming off kind of a disappointing loss last night. Evansville North, I don't think that's a game that the Braves expected to come up short in. So certainly looking to rebound this evening. And Bloomington North, they're still in contention to win Conference Indiana too. So a lot on the line for both sides.
Well, only 3 losses for Bloomington North on the season. If you're looking at their schedule and what's going on, they lost their second ball game of the year to Center Grove by 2. They were literally blown out by Fisher on a neutral court. And then Southport beat them by 5, so that's it. The rest of them, they're on a 6-game winning streak. They've beaten Franklin, Zionsville, Bloomington South, Seymour, Martinsville, and Evansville North prior to this ball game. So 6 in a row for Bloomington North, and they're on the road. And really the only ball game for them this weekend is here at Terre Haute South, and that's going to really prove, I think, maybe a little bit different for them. They're on the road, but it's their only ball game of the weekend.
Yeah, they get a little break, after this, too. They don't play again until next Saturday. You mentioned the 3 losses they had, and those teams combined are 33-14. So they don't lose to teams they shouldn't lose to, and I don't think they consider Terre Haute South a team they should lose to. But, you look at Center Grove, they're 14-1 this year. So nobody's really gotten to them. Bloomington North is real tough, and it's going to be interesting to see what the Braves can bring tonight. They certainly come in the pretty big underdog. I think everyone would consider them that, and we'll see if they can prove everybody wrong.
Well, J.Q. Roberts averaging about 18 points a game for him. And he's Mr. Inside and Mr. Outside at 6 feet 8 inches tall. One of the state's premier basketball players. You get a chance to see him tonight, and we'll get a chance to bring you all the action here on Indiana Sports Network. And with that, we'll pause for just a break, and we'll be right back. We want to also shout out to Brian Sponsler Insurance, who's one of our sponsors for this evening's ball game. He's our pregame sponsor, and he's a great guy. If you have any insurance need, hopefully you'll give Brian a call and see what he can do for you. We'll pause for just a moment. Be right back with more here from Terre Haute South.
Protect the things that matter most to you. Brian Sponsler, localizing 25 years of insurance experience to bring you and your family better coverage for less. Brian Sponsler Insurance for auto, home, life, and business.
XLH Sports, the undisputed leader in Indiana high school sports, is proud to be associated with the Indiana Sports Network. XLH Sports. Check it out today.
So what do we do before we cross the street?
We look for ways for cars.
No cars. All right, let's go.
But Daddy, why do you have to hold my hand?
To keep you safe. That's why we look for cars. I'm watching out for danger to keep you safe.
Daddy, who watches out for you?
Protect your family and loved ones with Micah Bonomo.
There is a greatness inside of you, a passion, a strength, a determination. So embrace it. Embrace the greatness that you bring to everything you do. Embrace the idea that you can do work that makes an impact, work that keeps the country moving forward, and our economy strong. Because not everyone has what you have. And that's exactly what connects you to all of us at Great Dane. There's greatness inside of you. Are you ready to embrace it?
Protect the things that matter most to you. Brian Sponsler, localizing 25 years of insurance experience to bring you and your family better coverage for less. Brian Sponsler Insurance for auto, home, life, and business. You're watching high school basketball on the Indiana Sports Network.
And welcome back to Terre Haute South. We're in our pregame, sponsored by Brian Sponsler Insurance. And we want to thank our other sponsors for tonight's ball game. Great Dane, the Hamilton Center, Lynn's Pharmacy, Riddell National Bank, and York Automotive. They'll be sponsoring us for this evening and sponsoring this ball game. Again, Terre Haute South comes in. They lost a very close one last night by 2, 71-69 to Evansville North. And that's one of them that they really thought they could get and could have put them in a situation to move up the line as far as in conference play. But they've lost 6 ball games in the year, but they've won 9. So winning ball club, and Coach Maynard Lewis has had these guys playing pretty well as far as scoring points. They're able to score a lot, and it's going to be defensively what they can do. And I think that's going to be the name of the ball game tonight against Bloomington North.
Yeah, I think you're right. There's as we mentioned earlier, there's a lot of really good athletes on this Cougar team, led by Roberts. We were just watching him in warm-ups, and just the size of the guy is pretty impressive. Also, you got Gavin Reed and Lindemann out there for the Cougars. So there's a lot of different weapons on Bloomington North side, and we'll see if the Braves, can handle it tonight. But yeah, as you mentioned, Evansville North's just 4-11 on the season, so that's one that got away from the Braves last night.
But you really don't know what's going to happen on any given night in basketball. Somebody can get hot, and those kinds of things happen. And it also depends on who controls the tempo of the ball game. And I think that may be one of the keys for tonight's ball game as well. The tempo of this ball game, if it lines up with Bloomington North, could be really devastating for Terre Haute South. And on the other hand, if Terre Haute South can control that tempo, they'll have a better chance of really controlling what happens with a player like J.Q. Roberts.
Yeah, we've seen South a few times this year. They really like to push the ball. Rebounding is going to be important tonight. Roberts is actually the leading rebounder for the Cougars too, so he almost averages a double-double. He's very impressive. But South likes to push it, and it'll be interesting to see if Bloomington North, will accept that tempo, or if they're going to want something a little slower maybe.
We can also talk about the coaches, both basketball guys that everybody's looking at in their own right. Of course, Maynard Lewis, because of the way he played and his ability to move up into the collegiate ranks and play very hard and well, those kinds of things. But tonight's a special night for Jason Spear, the head coach at Bloomington North, as he's approaching 200 wins in his career. If he wins this ball game, if Bloomington North wins this ball game, he will have win number 200 in his career.
Yeah, and a milestone like that, not only proves the dedication to the sport and how good he's been as a coach. He hasn't even hit 100 losses yet. So, if you're 299, that's a pretty good record.
Well, it really is. You go 2 for 1, and in majority of your seasons, you're over 15 or 16 wins. That's the average for this guy. And again, of course, if you're at Bloomington North, you have the athletes to do that as well. And that's kind of how Indiana basketball is. You're never really going to know what's going to happen in your career unless you get set up with a couple different athletes and you can groom that program and keep them coming. He's been able to do that wherever he's gone. And congratulations to him. Regardless of whether he wins tonight or not, we're going to be watching a very accomplished head coach in Jason Spear this evening. As we prepare for this evening's ball game, we'll take a break in just a moment and be able to come back. We'll give you all the starting lineups, have everything ready to go for you, and we'll do that in just a moment. Again, you're watching Terre Haute South basketball this evening as they entertain Bloomington North here live on Indiana Sports Network.
Protect the things that matter most to you. Brian Sponsler, localizing 25 years of insurance experience to bring you and your family better coverage for less. Brian Sponsler Insurance for auto, home, life, and business.
Treatment for those with mental illnesses and addiction issues has evolved over the years.
In the late 1960s, Indiana's mental health system began to take shape.
From 1971
to 2021,
Hamilton Center has touched the lives of thousands of people in central and west central Indiana.
We are committed to the latest therapies
to improve the quality of life for those with mental illnesses.
Treatment works.
Recovery is possible.
And thank you, Indiana.
The city of Brazil was founded in 1866. By 1876, there were 2 schools, 7 dry goods stores, 2 hardware stores, 4 churches, and 5 drugstores. One of those drugstores is still there today, Lynn's Pharmacy. Lynn's Pharmacy has grown from a small neighborhood drugstore to a modern pharmacy, offering prescriptions and medical equipment with old-fashioned values and unparalleled service. You can even step back in time and visit Lynn's Soda Parlor
here at Lynn's Pharmacy, downtown Brazil.
We were choosing colors for the house, and I stopped and looked at Mike and said, "We're really doing this, aren't we?" The process was challenging, but Riddell was there for us every step of the way. The mortgage, closing, they eased our stress. It made sense when Mike said,
"We're really doing this."
Mortgage loans made easy from Riddell. Making friends since 1885.
Your All-Pro running back Jonathan Taylor here for York Automotive. Looking for an All-Pro deal on your next car, truck, or SUV? York is my #1 pick. With over 600 vehicles in stock, York has the largest selection to meet your needs. We're talking new, pre-owned, and commercial vehicles. Take it from one All-Pro to another, York has your best deal.
Shop online at yorkautomotive.com and we'll show you why we're not #1, you are.
We're not #1.
You are.
You're #1 at York.
You're watching high school basketball on the Indiana Sports Network.
Four years ago, I drove my dog.
Senior, number 24, J.Q. All right, you saw the starting lineups again for Bloomington North. It's Daniels, Lindemann, Reed, Robertson, Dangerfield. And for the Terre Haute South Braves, it's McNeil, Baker, Branch, McCoskey, and Wells, as we'll get ready to throw this one up and start this ball game. And the tip is up and controlled by Bloomington North. Daniels will start the offense for the Cougars. Gives it outside to Reed and down the corner. Roberts with the basketball. Again, Reed trying to work off the screen of Dangerfield. Had an open look, decided not to shoot that one. Roberts with the basketball. Gives it back outside to Dangerfield, and they'll move it. With the drive, kick, open look. Roberts nails that three-pointer.
Can't ask for a better start if you're the Cougars. Great ball movement on that possession, and like you said, able to find the open man for three.
There were a couple open looks on that as well. Pretty difficult for him. Wells with the basketball. They'll give it back out to McNeil. He'll put it down to the big fella in a low post. He puts one up off balance. Can't get it to go. And the rebound comes out in and quick transition for the Cougars. In with the drive and the easy layup. And Roberts has 5 points. Intelligent young man. He's going to Vanderbilt. The three-point shot is up and good by Xavion Baker.
That's kind of what Terre Haute South likes to do. They don't mind taking a quick shot, like to play up-tempo basketball, and they shoot a lot of threes.
2-point shot up and no good by Luke Lindemann. The rebound comes out to the Braves with the drive and the shot. Can't get it to go, and the rebound comes out to the Cougars. Pushing it up very quickly with the drive and the layup is Reed. Gavin Reed, a 6'2 senior. He scores his first basket at 7-3 with Bloomington North in the lead.
Reed, the leading shooter on the Cougars team, percentage-wise, he's about a 46% shooter.
McNeil pulls up at the foul line. He gets another shot to go. It's 7-5. A lot of points could be scored in this one if we keep this up. Turn in the corner, open look, three-point shot, and no good. This one falls short. Rebound comes out, and losing the basketball on the inside is Dangerfield. And he had an open layup there, and he just lost it off his foot.
He kind of impressed with Robert's shot. It's just so fluid. He's very calm about everything, and obviously it leads to success.
Open look to McNeil down on the low baseline. He's immediately covered, and they'll give it to big fella on the post. He's got to do something with it. He powers it up, can't get it, and the rebound comes out to Roberts. Again, McCoskey has had two opportunities inside, couldn't get it. They're going to call an over-the-back call this time as Dangerfield went over the top on the foul. It's his first, the team's first. And it's 7-5 again. Bloomington North with the lead and Terre Haute South with the basketball.
Yeah, good job by the Braves so far. You know, they're hanging in there. As long as they're hitting shots, they ought to be able to remain in this game. But it's when they hit those cold stretches, they can't let Bloomington North get away.
McNeil for three. Could have had a lead there if he hit it, but loose ball picked up, and here comes Roberts. 3-on-2 break. He'll take it all the way in, puts his shot off the glass, and scores.
Already a quick 7 for Roberts. Nobody really showing that they can hang with him yet.
And McCoskey has to be able to put a shot in off that inside feed. They've had a couple feeds, and he hasn't been able to hit anything. Shots up and no good. A rebound chased down in the corner by Wells, and they'll set the offense one more time for the Braves. McNeil with the drive, puts a shot up, has it put right back at him off of Nas McNeil's shoulder, out of bounds.
So obviously the game plan for the Cougars so far is to attack the paint, it seems, unless there's an open shot. Roberts has popped a couple threes, but they are really going down inside against the Braves.
Feed down inside, tipped out of bounds, and they're going to say it wasn't touched by by Daniels, and I saw it touched by him.
I did too, but
so the Braves got away with that one. Substitution in. Number 12 comes in for the Cougars, and Connor O'Gwyn. If you just joined us, it's 9-5. Bloomington North with the lead over Terre Haute South. McNeil trying to work off the screen. Off the top, they'll put it down underneath. Shots up and good, and a nice inside play. Jalen Wells scores.
Yeah, that was number 44. Dangerfield kind of lost his footing, and now we've got another turnover.
Pressure in the backcourt by Terre Haute South, caused Bloomington North to travel with a basketball.
It's already 3 turnovers for the Cougars, which they average about 56 points a game. South averages about 58. However, South gives up a lot more than Bloomington North does. So.
With the drive on the inside, shots up, can't get it. And again, a lot of block shots, a lot of height difference for North. Shot up, no good. A rebound comes out as Daniels couldn't get that layup to go. And South with the basketball. They're going to call the foul. It'll go against Daniels off the drive, and it'll be South basketball underneath their own basket. 3 minutes left to go here in the first period. 9-7 is our score. Inside, McCloskey puts some power up, can't get it, has a shot blocked, and a foul off the rebound. And a good follow that time by Wells again. Wells at 6'4" and a sophomore, athletic young man, can jump, and he's been very active on the boards.
And that's already the second foul on Dangerfield, so obviously he's the big threat inside for the Cougars, so that's could be a big moment there.
If I could say the difference maker probably is Dangerfield, because you don't just have one guy that can play on the inside. You also have a bruiser on the inside, and Dangerfield fills that role very well for Bloomington North. Second free throw's up and good. We have a 1-point ball game. Substitution in. 34 is in the ball game, and that's Shy McDonald.
And it's not surprising to see once Dangerfield sits down, they're going to give Jude McCoskey a break.
They really moved the basketball well. Here it comes. He missed the dunk. You can see an explosion towards the basket, missed the dunk, and they lost the basketball as well.
Boy, he's got some springs in those legs, but you got to be able to finish.
Interesting way to break the press, too. They just threw it clear over the top of it, had an easy look, and you missed the dunk. If you hit it, a huge amount of exceptional energy happens this way. It goes the other direction. Nice shot by Baker as he puts that one in. It gives Terre Haute South their first lead of the ball game. And answering back is Connor O'Gwyn. Cans the three-pointer, and it's a 2-point lead by North. Nas McNeil for three, can't get it. Rebound comes out to Roberts. Outlet pass stolen by McNeil. 3-on-1. He'll drive to the hole, reverse layup, can't get it. Roberts altered that one as well. Coast to coast feeds, and 2 Terre Haute South Braves ran into each other at the other end. They avoided the contact, but they ran into each other, and it is a 4-point lead for Bloomington North.
Yeah, just a heads-up move by Roberts to dish that one off. On the other end, boy, a great opportunity there in transition for the Braves, but kind of a wild shot, couldn't get anything out of it.
And part of that's caused just from the presence of Roberts on the inside. Another turnover this time. This one will go against Terre Haute South, as they'll set it up on the opposite side to take it out of bounds. 14-10, 1:30 left to go in the first half. McGuinn gives it back outside. Here's Roberts off the baseline drive, and he takes it hard and scores.
Boy, he is tough off the dribble. That was a lot of physicality on that drive, and it's hard to see anybody on South that can hang with him if he's going to do that.
2 fouls on Wells already. He's out of the ball game for a while, and back in comes number 13, Jude McCoskey. Good picture of JQ. 17-10, a 7-point lead by Bloomington North. Looking inside, stolen out of bounds because it was tipped off of number 3, Xavion Baker, who lost control of the basketball, but good defensive pressure that time by DeJuan Daniels.
4 turnovers now on the night for the Braves.
They'll give it outside to Lindemann. To Daniels, all trying to use the screen. Set it up on the outside. It's McDonald. He'll drive. Gets his shot blocked from behind, out of bounds. It'll still be North basketball. Nice shot blocked by McCoskey.
Yeah, he fell behind McDonald, but a good recovery, was able to block it from behind.
Daniels to Lindemann inside, open look, and they'll pull it outside. Open look for 3. Couldn't get it down was O'Gwyn. The Braves have good guard quickness. They're able to do a lot of things with the basketball. They just haven't been able to put it in the basket. Stolen away off the rebound as snow coned away, and that blocked by Roberts' lead pass. Nope, they can't get it. And they just threw it away. Terre Haute South forcing turnovers, and they just can't hit their shots. They're getting a lot of opportunities. Connor O'Gwyn feeds on the outside. 3-point shot by McDonald falls awry, and out comes the Braves. Whoa. At the buzzer, doesn't get that one. It's a 7-point Bloomington North lead when we hit the break at the end of the first period. You're watching high school basketball on Indiana Sports Network.
4 years ago, I drove my daughter to Riddell National Bank, where she opened her savings account. Today, she's still saving money. My relationship with Riddell is better than ever, too. No other bank focuses on relationships as much as they do. I can count on them for small business loans when I need them. Riddell National Bank helps small business owners and their families grow, both financially and personally. Riddell National Bank, making friends since 1885.
The Fellowship of Christian Athletes has the mission of leading every coach and every athlete into a growing relationship with Jesus Christ and His church. Through camps and huddles, character coaches, and special events, we are making an impact in West Central Indiana. Check out where you can get involved at our website, wcindianafca.org. FCA, we are the heart and soul in sports.
You're watching high school basketball on the Indiana Sports Network.
And it will be Terre Haute South basketball. Chris Herron entered the ball game late in that first period, and he'll take that ball out of bounds for the Braves.
Pretty good start to this one for the Braves. They just kind of let Robinson get out of control, or Roberts get out of control there towards the end of that first quarter.
Well, the other thing, they had open looks, and they just haven't been able to put them in.
Yeah, kind of
just like that. And when you take it, Nas McNeil's had a couple open looks and hasn't been able to put the ball in the basket. Roberts in the corner. And again, they now have placed defensively 3 different players on Roberts, and there's a nice open look and a good jump shot by Shy McDonald.
McDonald's first 2 of the game, nice pull up.
And knocking that one down is Xavion Baker. And a timeout's been called, and we'll take one as well. It's 19-12, North with the lead over South.
At Great Dane, we are proud to invest in our people and the communities we call home.
We are hiring now for trailer assemblers and welders across the country. We need the makers, people who are ready to make a difference. We need you. Build something bigger for yourself and your family with great health benefits, advancement opportunities, 401k, pension, and more. Apply today at greatdane.com/careers.
It could be anyone. The star student, the all-state athlete. I never thought it could happen to me, that I could lose everything. I found help, I found hope, I found recovery. I regained something lost.
You're watching high school basketball on the Indiana Sports Network.
19-12 is our score. 7:16 left to go in the second period, and we're here at Terre Haute South and Pat Rady Court as the Bloomington North boys basketball team and their star in J.Q. Roberts have a 7-point lead, and really you can talk about that one all the way through. Roberts with the basketball at the top. Turning the corner is Reed, and he'll give it back outside. Roberts in the corner, pump fake. Nice setup on the inside. With it down and low, and that nice little floater by O'Gwyn. He scores. It's 21-12. Cougars with the lead.
It's 5 points for O'Gwyn now. He's been an inside-outside threat so far, just a little guy.
Nas McNeil turns around and puts it right back in the face of Shy McDonald for two.
A lot of Terre Haute South's offense rides on Nos McNeil. He's going to take his shots. It's just whether they're falling or not.
3-point shot up and good, and a nice-looking shot by Gavin Reed. It's 23-14. The Cougars with the lead over the Braves. McNeil to McCloskey. He gets the shot up. Oh, no good, and rebound comes out to Roberts. Roberts crossover with the drive and a potential block out in front, as that foul will go against Chris Herron, who's in the ball game for South. That's his first personal foul, third team foul in the ball game. And number 12, that's Peyton Turner for Terre Haute South. Open look, they're going to give it in with the lob. They put it in. Roberts low off the board. That's the best thing he does. He uses the backboard on his shooting. He doesn't just float him in there.
Yeah, and the one thing I've noticed, I mean, he's already mentioned how calm he is when he gets the ball in his hands, but he seems to make the right decision on
held basketball down in the low post, and that time Turner got the ball right on the block and got tied up. Turnover will give the ball to the Cougars.
What I was saying, Roberts knows when to put the ball on the floor, knows when to go straight up. He's got a really good mind on him, good decision making.
Almost losing the basketball. Matter of fact, they call a timeout to save possession. It's 26-14. Bloomington North with the lead. Who will return for more on Indiana Sports Network.
Protect the things that matter most to you. Brian Sponsler, localizing 25 years of insurance experience to bring you and your family better coverage for less. Brian Sponsler Insurance for auto, home, life, and business.
XLH Sports, the undisputed leader in Indiana high school sports, is proud to be associated with the Indiana Sports Network. XLH Sports, check it out today.
You're watching high school basketball on the Indiana Sports Network.
26-14, and Bloomington North with the lead. And, boy, I'll tell you what, smart move as going down to the floor that time was Gavin Reed. He almost lost possession of the basketball, and quickly Coach Jason Spear called the timeout, saved possession. And again, Bloomington North trying to take care of things early in this ball game. Roberts with the crossover. He'll pull up. With the drive down the middle is Lindemann. Kicks outside. Open look for three was Reed. He couldn't hit it. And McNeil with the fast move down the floor for the Braves. Nas McNeil looking for the screen up top, and here comes Roberts. McNeil for three, pulls up, doesn't get it. Rebound, but gets his own rebound. He'll drive, shoot, can't get the bunny. Rebound McCoskey, he can't get it. Rebound McCoskey again, he scores. Jude McCoskey for two, and he battled on that one. It's a 10-point lead for the Cougars.
You don't get it the first time, try again. Big Jude. Ooh, that's a kind of ugly one there.
Lindemann put the shot up, and it didn't hit anything, and the rebound comes off, and again, that McNeil had the ball and was fouled very quickly. 4 team fouls this time for Bloomington North, as McCoskey will take a seat.
Now, as we mentioned, Bloomington North still in contention for Conference Indiana titles. They do have a big matchup with Terre Haute North coming up in a few weeks, who currently sits on top of the conference.
Just because they've played more ball games in the conference right now.
Yeah.
Shot, wild one up, rebound off to Roberts, and he outletted the ball. 3-on-2, shot, and a shot up and in that time, and McNeil got nailed all the way in on that shot, and a very physical play by Gavin Reed as he scores the two, making a 12-point lead. McNeil with the drive, can't get it. Rebound comes out to Bloomington North with the shot, and up in a very quick transition play by Gavin Reed. It's 30-16 and a very quick lead, too.
Yeah, they've kind of taken off here in the last couple minutes, and South needs an answer.
Open look, potential layup, one step, and put it in. It's Gavin Reed running the floor effectively, and it's 32-16, Bloomington North. Timeout, Terre Haute South will take one as well. You're watching Indiana Sports Network.
There is a greatness inside of you, a passion, a strength, a determination. So embrace it. Embrace the greatness that you bring to everything you do. Embrace the idea that you can do work that makes an impact, work that keeps the country moving forward and our economy strong. Because not everyone has what you have. And that's exactly what connects you to all of us at Great Dane. There's greatness inside of you. Are you ready to embrace it?
(32-16), and immediately Terre Haute South called timeout because about 6 straight points in about a minute. And this ball game really jumped towards the Cougars' side. The Braves have to steady themselves here and see if they can put some points on the board. McNeil pulls up, can't get the shot. Rebound tipped up and out, picked up by Branch, who's in the ball game. McNeil again shoots a three, can't get it. The rebound comes out to Bloomington North. Daniels to Roberts. Roberts for three, puts a shot up and in. Nothing but net on that one.
Goodness gracious, this guy already with 15 and 6 on the night.
With the drive down the lane, laying it up, can't get it. Rebound to North player, he puts it up and can't get it to go, and it's Gavin Reed. Who wouldn't have thought that one as you've seen him play this ball game? He's all over the floor and is very aggressive, physical, and is able to answer. Couldn't get the shot in, but he'll go to the line to shoot two.
Yeah, when you look at kind of the stats for the season for Bloomington North, you see Roberts at the top of most of these, but Gavin Reed's right on him. He's, as we mentioned earlier, right up there in the top. He's the leading field goal percentage shooter on the team. He's also the leading three-point shooter. He's got all-around skills, and obviously a pretty quick kid, too.
Officials are trying to calm down a couple players and what's going on.
Having a talk with Roberts, it looks like.
And there is a warning. Warning has been given to players on the floor. Substitutions into the ball game. Wells, and number 5, the first time we've seen Schaus in the ball game for Terre Haute South, but he's in as well. 36-16, a 20-point lead here in the second quarter. Missing that shot on the free throw was Reed. With the drive, shot high off the glass, and a nice one by Xavion Baker.
Baker, the leading scorer for the Braves this season. He hasn't played every game, but he is a weapon when he's out there.
Drive, kick out. Here it comes, and there it goes. With the slam, down the middle is Roberts. JQ. 38-18 is the score. Another drive and a good look down the middle. They'll have a held ball. It'll be Brave basketball.
But when Bloomington North comes down the floor, there is a purpose to every possession, and you're just not seeing that right now from South.
The other part is the athleticism. Big difference in just the physicality right now by both of these teams. McDonald to Reed, who'll drive, puts a shot up and in. Another physical, strong drive by Gavin Reed, and he lays it in. It's 40-18. Pick the pocket. Here comes Daniels. He'll go up, lay it, alley-oop, dunk pass. Roberts throws it home.
Just putting on a show now. Wow.
42-18. Driving is Morgan. He'll kick back outside. Shots up and good by Branch. Three-point shot up, and it's good at the other end by McDonald.
Boy, South starts to feel good about something, and they answer back within seconds. Just Bloomington North suffocating the Braves so far.
Again, the physicality defensively by North is really what the issue is. They're playing very solid defensively, but then they also run it down the floor when given the opportunity.
Yeah, they are quick in transition for sure, and boy, a lot to compete with.
Daniels turn the corner, open look for Lindemann, can't get it, tipped. Picked up by Roberts, and he'll hold it out there. They'll probably hold for the last shot now as they're pulling it out. Reed directs traffic. Gavin Reed trying to drive. He'll get the foul called, and it'll go against number 3. That's Xavion Baker. He'll pick up a foul. Not in the bonus for either of these teams here in the first half, but 10 seconds left to go in the second period. In the corner, Daniels pulls it out. Gives it up to who else? Roberts with 4. Long 3, banks it in. 48 points on the board, and Roberts runs directly after he shot that shot directly to the locker room. And rightly so. 48-23. Bloomington North with the lead. We're at halftime at Terre Haute South. We'll have our halftime show as well from Terre Haute South. You're watching Indiana Sports Network.
Protect the things that matter most to you. Brian Sponsler, localizing 25 years of insurance experience to bring you and your family better coverage for less. Brian Sponsler Insurance for auto, home, life, and business.
Treatment for those with mental illnesses and addiction issues has evolved over the years.
In the late 1960s, Indiana's mental health system began to take shape.
From 1971 to 2021, Hamilton Center has touched the lives of thousands of people in Central and West Central Indiana. We are committed to the latest therapies
to improve the quality of life for those with mental illnesses.
Treatment works.
Recovery is possible.
And thank you, Indiana.
I'm All-Pro running back Jonathan Taylor for York Automotive. York is my #1 pick for your next car, truck, or SUV. Shop from over 600 vehicles at yorkautomotive.com today.
You're #1 at York.
You're watching high school basketball on the Indiana Sports Network. It's time for the halftime report on the Indiana Sports Network.
Welcome back to Terre Haute South. Again, 48-23, Bloomington North with the lead. And J.Q. Roberts is probably everything everybody's saying about him. He's an exceptional athlete. He can shoot it outside, physical presence on the defensive end, rebounds well, leads the break. Haven't seen him do much wrong. How many did you say he had here at halftime?
Yeah, he's got 22 already, along with 7 rebounds, and he is as advertised, I would say. Like you said, there's nothing. I don't see a weakness right now. So
yeah, and if you're really looking at what's going on, he controls both ends of the floor. Both from the offensive end, you have to identify where he is, but that allows him to play. And it's not a standalone where he's doing it all himself. There are some other players that are really playing well for Bloomington North. Of course, he stands out, but Gavin Reed, I think, has had an exceptional first half as well, really dominating physically. He's able to drive. Shine McDonald shot the ball well, running the offense. Daniels runs it as well as anybody. He's had a steal, that open look pick. The fast break, which they're not supposed to be as good at fast break. Terre Haute South's able to push it, but Bloomington North is just a well-rounded ball club, and I think they're going to have a lot to say when tournament comes around.
yeah, I think you're right. Gavin Reed, as you mentioned, he's got 13 already. A lot of that coming, penetrating the lane. He's getting a lot of inside shots, but just the physicality of the Cougars is, they're just dominating the Braves in every aspect of the game right now. So.
Well, then I think defensively is where they're also pretty good. They match up well. They're long. They're athletic. They're able to challenge every shot. They've rebounded pretty well. And when they have, they push the ball up the floor in transition.
Yeah, they do. A lot of transition points for them. South, a lot of one-and-dones. You were noticing that. Nos McNeil's missing a lot of shots tonight, and it seems like the big guys of the Cougars able to get it down the floor quickly. And, boy, they are making the Braves pay something fierce.
Well, when you get the ball in deep, and the three-point shots that Bloomington North has had have been basically from inside out, and the shots that Terre Haute South has are from outside in.
Yeah.
So there's a different attacking zone and the way the method they're doing it, and right now Bloomington North is just having their way with Terre Haute South, especially in the second period. We looked at the first period, and there was some play going on. 17 points in the first period. If you remember, 19 points in the first period, 48 at halftime. That second period was all Bloomington North as far as scoring. They just I'm almost in awe of what was going on, and especially late in that when the alley-oop dunk kind of set it off as J.Q. Roberts put that one down and threw it down with a pass from Daniels. Of course, you can see it coming. His eyes are not looking at the basket. They're looking back. He's like, where are you, big fella?
Yep.
Let me toss this one to you. And they had a really good time. And that's one of the things. They're just so athletic and so long and have athletic ability, but they play well as a team. And they're not hot. There's no hot dogs. Nobody's doing anything crazy. They're playing as hard as they can on the defensive end and then almost celebrating at the basket.
Yeah, they really are, and it's a smooth operation on offense for these guys. As you mentioned, their three-point shots, they come from inside out. They kind of work the ball around, needle the defense a little bit, see where the opening is or the soft spot, and they find it, and they tend to find it really quick. It's not like they have long possessions. No. But, boy, they figure you out quick, and just punishing the Braves so far, shooting, 6 of 12 from three-point land, too. So, so far just success across the board for Bloomington North.
Well, they've only played 7 deep. I'd expect that to change in the second half. We'll have to keep up with who gets in the ball game. We'll pause for a break here in our halftime show. We want to thank Brian Sponsler Insurance, Great Dane, the Hamilton Center, Lynn's Pharmacy, Riddell National Bank, and York Automotive for our sponsorship this evening. You're watching Indiana Sports Network.
The city of Brazil was founded in 1866. By 1876, there were 2 schools, 7 dry goods stores, 2 hardware stores, 4 churches, and 5 drugstores. One of those drugstores is still there today, Lynn's Pharmacy. Lynn's Pharmacy has grown from a small neighborhood drugstore to a modern pharmacy, offering prescriptions and medical equipment with old-fashioned values and unparalleled service. You can even step back in time and visit Lynn's Soda Parlor
Here at Lynn's Pharmacy, downtown Brazil.
We were choosing colors for the house, and I stopped and looked at Mike and said, "We're really doing this, aren't we?" The process was challenging, but Riddell was there for us every step of the way. The mortgage, closing, they eased our stress. It made sense when Mike said,
"We're really doing this."
Mortgage loans made easy from Riddell. Making friends since 1885.
This program is a copyrighted production of Indiana Sports Network and cannot be shown, reproduced, or redistributed in any way or in any form without prior written permission from Indiana Sports Network.
Your all-pro running back Jonathan Taylor here for York Automotive. Looking for an all-pro deal on your next car, truck, or SUV? York is my #1 pick. With over 600 vehicles in stock, York has the largest selection to meet your needs. We're talking new, pre-owned, and commercial vehicles. Take it from one all-pro to another, York has your best deal.
Shop online at yorkautomotive.com and we'll show you why we're not #1, you are.
We're not #1.
You are.
You're #1 at York.
At Great Dane, we are proud to invest in our people and the communities we call home. We are hiring now for trailer assemblers and welders across the country. We need the makers, people who are ready to make a difference. We need you. Build something bigger for yourself and your family with great health benefits, advancement opportunities, 401k, pension, and more. Apply today at greatdane.com/careers.
Protect the things that matter most to you. Brian Sponsler, localizing 25 years of insurance experience to bring you and your family better coverage for less. Brian Sponsler Insurance for auto, home, life, and business. You're watching high school basketball on the Indiana Sports Network.
Well, you're looking at the second half of this ball game. We have several other ball games coming up in high school basketball on Indiana Sports Network. February the 10th, we'll be at Park Heritage at the Wolf Den. That's what they're calling that
still
one now.
Still want to call it the Rockadome.
I know you do. But we'll be there for a ball game again Friday, February 10th. Then we'll be at Terre Haute South on Tuesday, February the 21st when Vincent's Lincoln comes to town. And then Friday, February the 24th, it's Evansville North at North Vigo. And when we do those ball games, again, happy to have those online. When both these teams now are gathered towards their benches, our next broadcast Wednesday evening. This Wednesday we'll have Hanover at Rose-Hulman, and Rose-Hulman second right now in the HCAC, playing pretty good basketball. Not as well as they'd like. They took one on the chin this last week that really could have moved them up and drawn them closer towards that first place. But the Fighting Engineers are playing pretty good basketball right near. So, and again, they lost again today, right, didn't they? So, again, a tough thing for Rose-Hulman. We'll bring you all that action and bring you action here in the second half. I would assume that Bloomington North is going to do some substituting here pretty shortly.
You would think. I don't think we're going to see Roberts for too much longer, especially if this lead continues to grow like this. But, yeah, going back to Rose real quick, that was a tough three-game road trip they had. They did get the first one at Defiance, but certainly sitting good for the conference tournament, though. And, you know, now they get to come home for a three-game stretch and hopefully lick their wounds a little bit. But
they're going to need to do that. Here we are, second half, and it's Bloomington North with the basketball. Again, the Engineers fell to Transylvania just by a couple points here this afternoon. Roberts with the ball. And back into the ball game for Bloomington North is their starter, and who else hits that one? Gavin Reed, who had 13 in the first half. He now has 16 as he pounds in a three-pointer.
Now 7 of 13 from three-point land.
Three-point shots up and no good. Roberts with the rebound. He's going coast to coast. Up and jams that one in.
He said he may not be in there too much longer. He's going to make it worth it while he is.
McNeil with the drive. Kicks it back outside. It's Branch. Cross up to McCoskey. Back up to Baker. Feeds inside. Stolen away. Dangerfield with the steal. With the drive. Fade away. Can't get it. And tipped around and picked up. 2-on-1 break. Fake. Drive, shot, and score is Branch.
It's 5 for Trevor Branch on the night. He averages about 10 a game.
DeJuan Daniels with it. He'll set the offense for the Cougars. Outside is Reed, and they'll feed it inside, tipped out of bounds.
Well, the one thing you notice looking at Conference Indiana, there's no bad teams.
No.
I mean, all 6 of them sitting at either 9, 10, 12 wins on the year. All pretty tough competition.
Well, that means they're just beating up on the non-conference teams pretty easily. McNeil guarding Roberts. Roberts kicks it out. Turns with the shot on the edge, and no good that time by Reed. Branch drives the lane, puts the shot up. He's fouled. He'll go to the line to shoot 2. Foul's going to go against Gavin Reed. And going to the line will be Branch. Really, that's what Terre Haute South needed to do, come out and play. Just play as hard as they can, and I think they're actually doing that right now. Not creating those turnovers makes a big difference as well.
Yeah, absolutely. They got 8 turnovers on the night, and boy, the Cougars just make you pay each and every time, you know.
Branch puts those free throws in. 53-27.
But once you get down to these guys, that's a tough hill to climb.
Roberts with the drive, tried to feed it inside, stolen away. McNeil with the drive, tries to do something with it, it's tipped out of bounds.
And it's things like that, you know, you'd like to see McNeil kind of slow it down. He's going in there 1-on-4 and, you know, not a high percentage coming out on the other end of that one.
They threw that one in the backcourt to inbound it. Take a little bit longer. Nick McNeil off the side. Thought about the 3. He'll pull up. Has it stolen away, but there's a foul called, and it'll go against Reed.
It's his second of the night. Look at the upcoming schedule for these two. Bloomington North has Columbus East, but not until next Saturday. And South will be hosting Evansville Bossy right here next Saturday.
Shots up and good by Xavier Baker. And South making a little run here as they've scored last couple times down. Daniels pulls up, can't get it. Rebound comes out to the Braves. Baker with a basketball. Looking inside, gives it to McNeil. To Baker. Xaviana Jr., there's still some life left in the Braves as the shot is up and missed by Branch. Out, Daniels in the corner, can't get it, or Roberts in the corner, excuse me. McNeil with the drive, and he'll score. Don't be surprised if you see a timeout pretty quick here. It's 53-31. The lead was 30, now it's 22. Outside to Roberts. With the drive, shot is up and no good, but fouled is Luke Lindemann on that drive. Lindemann, one of the few underclassmen really playing for Bloomington North, as he's a starter, 6'4" sophomore, and Max Preps has him as their second leading scorer.
Yeah, he is averaging over 10 points a game, and also their second leading rebounder. So a big contributor to the Cougar defense too, I guess. But he's one of the better shooters on the team as well, a 43% three-point shooter.
And just before you said that, he missed that free throw. So that's one of those things, almost the kiss of death here. He gets the second one to go, however, and it's 54-31.
It's his first point of the night.
Braves with the drive, kick out to McNeil. He'll pull up from 15, and McNeil hits the shot, and it's 21-point lead for Bloomington North. And you can see Coach Jason Spear is talking right now. Lindemann pulls up, misses, gets his own rebound, and he follows. Boy, that was an athletic move, even though he did it on his own. Missed that shot, and with one quick leap was right back at the basket.
Yeah, they've kind of quelled the storm of the Braves here. Terre Haute
3-on-2 break in the corner. Shots up. They went for the three. Rebound to Roberts. He'll spin, puts it up and in. And McNeil ends up on the floor. South with the basketball. They trail 58-33. Pull up. Shot, no good. Rebound comes out. McNeil with a three off the board, and Nas McNeil sticks one in.
Kind of shrugs as if that wasn't really the plan, but we'll take it. So.
No, he's actually calling for a foul.
Oh, okay.
He thought he got hit on right after the shot. 58-36, 22-point lead. There's a three-point shot up and good that time. Again, Gavin Reed is hitting and lighting it up as well tonight for Bloomington North. And he looks like the guy who can score it at will.
Yeah, Reed with 19 on the night as he grabs the rebound there.
And almost stole the ball. And a tough one. Here comes Nas McNeil. He goes up and has it rejected by Roberts, and Roberts throws it off of Branch out of bounds. It'll be Bloomington North basketball. What a great individual play. Block shot and then gets the rebound, and as he's falling out of bounds, throws it off another player.
Yeah, I haven't really been keeping track, but that's the third block I remember from him tonight. I mean, this guy, he is a force to be dealt with offensively or defensively.
61-36 is the score. Daniels will set the offense. And they're slowing it down just a little bit here. Working off the screen and roll, open look. But he'll pull it back outside as O'Gwin gives it up to Lindemann. Lindemann going one, down the lane, puts a shot up, can't get it. Rebound comes out to the Braves. Xavion Baker trying to get that open look, can't find it. Branch tries to turn the corner, does. Floater, can't get it. Rebound comes out to Roberts, leading that break, and has it poked away, and they're going to call the foul, and they're going to say it's an offensive charge on Roberts.
Just a little out of control. That's the first time we've really seen, we could say that about him tonight.
Well, and again, the ball was tipped out by Baker. Xavion had the ball tipped, and Roberts ran him over in the process.
It's been a better third quarter here for the Braves. Definitely a little more into their own tempo.
McNeil for three, can't get it. Rebound, tipped around and picked up by the Braves. Actually picked up by Josh Morgan. Drive down the lane and missed that time by Baker. Lead pass, gives it up to Sky McDonald, outside to Roberts. He can't get it to go, and a rebound comes out to Baker. Nas McNeil pulls up for two. He got that one to fall.
McNeil with 13 on the night. Tied for leading scorer honors for the Braves.
And a drive float down the lane, and Roberts missed it, and he shrugged his shoulders on that one. McNeil drives, puts the shot up and in.
No quitting the Braves, back down to 21, and that's honestly the closest they've been in a while.
Well, they were down by 30 at halftime, so the Braves have really played Bloomington North here in the third period with the starters still in. He's still rotating starters in for Bloomington North. Roberts, quick move and a forceful jam.
That'll take the air out of a gym. That's
63-40. He made one quick move, turned a corner, and elevated at the rim.
It's just a different level athlete when they make a move like that.
Trying to set McNeil up for a three. He pulls his shot up, can't get it. Rebound out to McCoskey. Or excuse me, that's the McNeil with another shot. This one's picked up. Shot at the buzzer, no good. And I'm sorry, Chris Herron was the one who puts that shot up. Couldn't get it to go, and we'll go to the fourth period. The Braves trail by 23, but they've cut into the lead against Bloomington North.
4 years ago, I drove my daughter to Riddell National Bank, where she opened her savings account. Today, she's still saving money. My relationship with Riddell is better than ever, too. No other bank focuses on relationships as much as they do. I can count on them for small business loans when I need them. Riddell National Bank helps small business owners and their families grow, both financially and personally. Riddell National Bank, making friends since 1885.
It could be anyone. The star student, the all-state athlete. I never thought it could happen to me, that I could lose everything. I found help, I found hope, I found recovery. I regained something lost.
You're watching high school basketball on the Indiana Sports Network.
Again, we want to thank our sponsors for tonight's ball game. Brian Sponsler Insurance, Great Dane, the Hamilton Center, Lynn's Pharmacy, Riddell National Bank, and York Automotive. Transportation for Indiana Sports Network is provided by York Automotive with 5 locations in Brazil, Greencastle, Crawfordsville, and Plainfield. Our camera operators for tonight's game are Kanan Harper, Nathan Cowan, and Sebastian De La Rosa. Our video technician is Keith Lawson. We're directed and produced by Tony Harper. And again, we're happy you've joined us here on Indiana Sports Network for tonight's broadcast. Nas McNeil throws one up, gets it to go.
The Terre Haute South actually outscored Bloomington North in the third quarter by 2, but when you've dug a hole like they did, it's kind of hard to come back.
Shot down on the low post, and Robert says, I'm going to take this one home myself, as he went down into the low post, and he's fouled. He'll go to the line to shoot 2.
I've got Roberts at 28 and 10 on the evening.
Another double-double for the young man. He misses that free throw. McNeil has answered here in the second half and put some points on the board, where in the second quarter he went dry. He just couldn't get anything to go.
Yeah, the shots are definitely falling more for Nas. He's up to 17 on the night. It's going to take something awfully special now, though.
Outside is Morgan. He'll hand it off to McNeil. He'll drive. He's fouled. He'll go to the line. That foul will go against Shy McDonald. And again, neither team is in foul trouble. They both ran up and down the floor quite a bit without hitting each other, and nobody really wanted to do any defense as far as like try to stop layups or dunks or anything like that. And so with this lead, Bloomington North has a commanding lead in the ball game. And again, they're just playing to make sure they pick up the win and get to go home.
Yeah, and they get a nice week off after this, too.
McNeil hits both those free throws, and it's a 20-point lead. First time it's been in that situation for a while. Lindemann outside to Daniels. Roberts turns the corner again. This time has it stripped away. This time stripped by Peyton Turner, the sophomore guard who's in the ball game for Terre Haute South. Ball almost lost. And the outside, they're going to call the foul this time on O'Gwyn.
Ticky-tack foul there as we get towards the end of this. A 20-point lead. Really, that second quarter was the difference in this one. I mean, Bloomington North just put the pedal to the metal there and ran away with this in the second quarter.
Ball's knocked out of bounds. South basketball. McNeil puts it into McCoskey. Outside to Baker with the drive. He'll put another one up and in. And Savion Baker is able to get to the rim several times here in the third period.
Baker, the leading scorer for Terre Haute South. He's got 15 tonight, just about to his average.
Lindemann gave it up to Daniels. O'Gwyn on the drive. He'll pull up, kicks it back outside to Daniel, and they'll start it up again. Lindemann, pump. Thought he had him off balance, and what a nice smooth move for a sophomore. He'll get the basket and the foul and go to the line for the old-fashioned three-point play.
And we're starting to notice the possessions for the Cougars taking a little bit longer now. They're fine to take a little more clock and run this one out. And as you mentioned, hit the bus and head home. So.
Luke Lindemann, sophomore, 6'4". And again, a very solid player. We want to thank our transportation specialists in York Automotive. They give us opportunities every weekend. They have 5 locations in Brazil, Greencastle, Crawfordsville, and Plainfield. That's York Automotive. Gavin Reed back into the ball game. He'll replace Lindemann.
Reed's having a heck of a night with 19 points. He's been active defensively too, but
Baker with the three, can't get it to go. Rebound by McNeil, and they'll call the travel, or what they call? Called the timeout instead of the travel. What do we have? We'll take the timeout as well. You're watching Indiana Sports Network.
We're the Browns, and this is our account. Our relationship with Riddell really began when we were kids, so when we started our business, it seemed like a natural fit for us.
Riddell's provided all of our financial needs for both personal and business, and we could not be happier with the level of service that we're provided.
Riddell National Bank has helped us grow our business so that we can help grow our communities with the core values that we both share. If you're looking to grow your business, Riddell is your best option.
You're watching high school basketball on the Indiana Sports Network.
There was a time.
So they gave the timeout to Terre Haute South. I couldn't believe they did it. But McNeil was going down to the floor, and Coach Maynard Lewis is screaming timeout, timeout, and they gave him one before he hit the floor, they said. So the Braves with the basketball. McCoskey. They gave it outside. Baker on the drive, kicks it down a low post into McCoskey. He puts it up and missed it and missed the rebound as well. It'll be Bloomington North basketball.
You know, the other thing when you think about Conference Indiana, with only 6 teams in the conference, they only play 5 conference games a year. So each and every one holds a bit more significance than in normal conference play.
Well, they may actually think about doing it the other way. Shot is up and good by Gavin Reed, and going home and home with these with teams in the conference. But if you do that, their records aren't going to be near what they were. Because I'll tell you what, these teams in this conference are extremely good. Hand check foul out in front. It'll be South basketball. We're still at 6 team fouls now for Bloomington North, so the next one will put Terre Haute South in the bonus.
Mentioned earlier, Bloomington North averages about 56 points per game, well above that tonight. They have had an offensive explosion in this one.
McNeil for 3, no good. Rebound stolen away out there by Daniels as he just took the basketball away off the rebound. Outside look, they'll move it to O'Gwyn and back to Roberts, and now we'll have a foul off McCoskey in the low post as he was hammering on the back of Dangerfield, and the basketball will stay at this end. So the Cougars with the ball under their own basket. And here we go. Looking for that screen. They were looking for the lob. A three-point shot up, no good. Tipped out by Daniels. And he'll gain possession of it. They'll run some more clock. Reed missed that three. Now they'll give it up. Roberts spins and goes up for the dunk, and he's fouled. And again, trying to get up to the rim over and over and over again. And he is such a physical force, as McCoskey had no choice but to foul him, or he was going to put that one down.
Yeah, he's physical and he's so fast. I mean, the spin move, just not many people going to be able to keep up with that, at least in Conference Indiana.
Missed that first free throw as they're trying to wipe the perspiration up with shoes, just making sure that it's not slick out there anymore.
On the evening, Roberts, 28 points, 11 rebounds. We also see Gavin Reed has 21.
And here comes the towel as they're going to wipe up the perspiration.
It's the biggest cheer we've heard tonight.
By Terre Haute South. They've had a rough night. They have had a rough night. And part of that's because of the man at the line and J.Q. Roberts. They list him at 6'8". Don't know if he's 6'8", but he sure plays a lot bigger than that. He really plays.
So lengthy, too.
He's at the rim all the time. Missed that shot, missed 2 free throws. McNeil with a basketball for South. He'll go coast to coast down in there. He falls to the floor. Blocked, and they're going to call a blocking foul, and going to the line will be Xavion Baker. He'll go up and shoot 2.
Yeah, really the only knock on Roberts tonight's been from the free throw line. I think he's just 1 of 5, so something for him to work on anyway, right?
Well, you know, Shaq didn't shoot free throws very well either, so.
It's not a career-ending thing, I guess.
Doesn't have to be. His is just a form, I think, just on one thing. He has a nice shot.
Yeah.
But his is a form on just getting himself steadied and set before he shoots it. Has too much hand movement, as Steve Alford would say. 69-48. Bloomington North with the lead. Down inside to Roberts. Roberts feeds it outside to Daniels, and they're going to move the ball around again. Roberts trying to drive. Pulls up for a 10-footer. Can't get it. Rebound and a huge block out, but picked up, and I'll tell you what, huge hustle points that time. Feeds it inside and trying to get it to Roberts. They don't. Oh, I don't know about that one. Nas went up into the upper area, jumped over. And I think South actually touched it last, but Bloomington North touched it, and South had it right at the line. That's why Nas McNeil was going out of bounds for it, and they gave it back to South.
I was more upset with the rebounding effort down here. If the ball can hit the ground twice, and you've got 2 guys just standing there watching it, you can't be very happy if you're Coach Lewis on that one.
Baker feeds outside to Branch, puts a 3-point shot up, no good. Rebound to Roberts. He's driving down, feeds it off, and outside to O'Gwyn. And Roberts will back it out, and they'll slow it down. Roberts with the drive inside and blocked out. Nice play that time, and a good block by McCoskey as he was able to get Dangerfield's shot blocked. And McNeil is ending up on the floor quite a bit this last quarter.
Yeah, I'm kind of surprised we're still seeing all the starters in here, honestly.
Everybody's going to get a chance to see if they – and some of this is for averages in all conference stuff. I'm just telling you, that's how that would work. You only have five, and – oh, McCoskey got him before he could get it up to the basket. Shots up and good that time by O'Gwyn. He hits a three-pointer, 72-48.
Three-point shooting on the night. Bloomington North, 9 of 20. Terre Haute South, 3 of 14.
Roberts with another block. This time he got McCoskey, got him back. Three-point shot up, no good. Rebound, Roberts, pump, gets it up, and he's fouled before the shot. And so he won't go to the line this time. It'll be out of bounds on a common foul. And that saved an easy basket. First personal, though, for Nas McNeil. As he bends down to tie his shoe. 3 minutes left to go in the ball game, and Bloomington North is going at it. They're going to give it up to Roberts. Roberts, pump, drive. He goes into it, and they're going to call the foul prior to the shot on McNeil.
Just taking a glance at the upcoming schedule here. You got Evansville Bossy next weekend here at home. If you're South, that's going to be a tough one. Then you go to Northview. Northview struggling pretty mightily of late. And then you get Plainfield here at home, another tough one. So the road does not get easier if you're the Braves.
Well, they can get a couple of these. The one that's even sits behind that one is the one that's going to be interesting, and that's Linton Stockton.
Yeah.
So a couple Division I players have had a chance to play around there. Dangerfield with that rebound, and North will settle it down and run some more clock. With it, driving down into the lane. Here comes Roberts again, and he gets another jam. Threw that one down a little harder, lost his balance and hit the floor, but several dunks by the young man. He'll commit the foul out front, so he gets substituted out. And these guys will come out of the ball game, and there's a couple of them waiting for him.
So Roberts will leave the game with 30 points and 12 rebounds on the evening.
And as you would say, he missed a lot of free throws.
Yeah. I
So
think
he left a lot of points on there. Could have.
Protect the.
McNeil goes to the line with a chance for a couple free throws, misses that 1-and-1, and timeout's been called by Bloomington North, and we'll take one as well. You're watching Indiana Sports Network.
Treatment for those with mental illnesses and addiction issues has evolved over the years.
In the late 1960s, Indiana's mental health system began to take shape.
From 1971
to 2021, Hamilton Center has touched the lives of thousands of people in central and west central Indiana.
We are committed to the latest therapies to improve the quality of life for those with mental illnesses.
Treatment works.
Recovery is possible.
And thank you, Indiana.
J.Q. Roberts on that last dunk just scored his 1,000th point in Indiana high school basketball, and you know that's a big one. He went up, hugged his mom, and here's a class move. I'm just telling you. He's going by and shaking every player's hand, every person in the program. He's gone up, he's hugged his mother, he's shaking hands with everybody. The freshman team got their hand shaken. The JVs, every coach, the guy that's keeping score. I mean, that's a pretty class guy when that happens. Every player.
He still is down there. Certainly, a lot of these guys have helped him get to that plateau, you know, and he's got a big future ahead, but it's nice when they, kind of share the happiness there.
Several new players into the ball game, but Connor O'Gwyn is still into the ball game. The junior guard gives it up. Grant Wellman with the basketball, turns a corner, and they'll pull it out. Dangerfield. Lindemann with it, trying to work off the screen. Lindemann turns the corner. He'll drive, shoots, can't get it, and a rebound comes out to Josh Morgan. Morgan to Baker, down the lane. Shots blocked by Dangerfield. Lindemann gives it up, and again, movement now inside, and they'll pull it out. Shot up, and no good that time by O'Gwyn. Lindemann in the low post, shots up and good. He's fouled, and he'll go to the line for the old-fashioned three-point play. But seriously, think about that. Look at the way the young man handled himself. He scores 1,000 points. He knows what it is. He shakes everybody's hands.
Yeah, it's pretty cool to see. Seems to be a pretty humble guy, and you don't. Obviously, mom up there raised pretty good kiddo, so pretty good handshake they had for each other too. I like that. I think that was pre-planned a little bit. But.
Oh, and hugs all around. But no, he thanked everybody on the team. I mean, it wasn't just his coaches. It wasn't just one or two. Every single player, and they're going to have an award ceremony this next ball game. They have their next home ball game. They're going to do something for him that way, and rightly so, because he's a tremendous player, and to score that 1,000th point is pretty special. McNeil kicks it outside. Three-point shot is up and good by, I believe that's Wilson, Brady Wilson. Out of bounds. We'll give the ball back to Terre Haute South. 1:03 left to go in the ball game. So I know we looked at potentially broadcasting this one because of J.Q. Roberts, but more importantly, he picks up 1,000 points in his career on scoring 30 points in a ball game, 12 rebounds. He goes double-double, and he could have had probably more, especially if he hit some of those free throws. Wouldn't have taken him near the amount of time. Three-point basket for Turner.
Yeah, just an all-around great night. Honestly, he obviously missed dunk in there too. He could have been pretty close to 40 if he was on tonight.
North with the basketball. Nice pump fake and a drive and a nice layup that time. 15 is Casey McIntyre, junior guard, and he has his first points of the night as well. 79-54. Feed down inside. The shot's up with 8 seconds left to go. We're going to have a free throw shooting contest here as number 22 goes to the line. That's Jalen Wells. And again, there are some sophomore players for Terre Haute South that have played in this ball game that have played pretty well.
Yeah, they've got some pretty good athletes and some young guys, and it's just a question of the style sometimes, As we mentioned earlier, there's a lot of one and outs, just real quick shots, maybe before your offense gets down there and even has a chance to rebound. And you'd like to see him kind of slow down just a little bit. It's fine to play up tempo, but it's just a little too fast sometimes.
And that'll be the ball game. 79-54. 79-54. And we want to congratulate J.Q. Roberts for scoring his 1,000th point here tonight at Terre Haute South. And again, good ball game to bring you to get to see one of the top players in the state of Indiana.
Yeah, he was fun to watch, and as said earlier, as advertised, I mean, this guy's inside, he's outside. Defensively, I think he had 4 or 5 blocks on the night. Get that free throw shooting fixed, and boy, we're on the road to somewhere, I think.
Well, I think he's on the road anyhow. It looks like he's on the road to Nashville as well, and just an outstanding player, and you can tell just the way he handled himself after he scored his 1,000th point. And with that, again, they also congratulations to Jason Spear, who has his 200th career win with only 91 losses. So, boy, those guys get to share all that fun stuff going on. They'll be celebrating on the way home. And again, huge night for Bloomington North as, again, Coach gets his 200th win. And the game ball is being presented right now to J.Q. Roberts who scored his 1,000th point, and they may argue over this one.
Yeah.
You know, normally you get the basketball for scoring your 1,000th point, but you also get one usually for a 200th win, and sometimes it's, 300 and those kinds of things. But again, a tremendous night for Bloomington North. We're happy to have brought you high school basketball and some of those things. It may not be Terre Haute South's night, but they'll have one as well here in the very near future with some of the youth they have. But tonight was Bloomington North's night. Career night for their star player and a career night for their coach picking up their 200th win.
Yeah, you don't often get 2 milestones in one ball game, but that's pretty cool to see. It's good to be on hand for that. That may be one they take the white paint pen and they both autograph it and just leave it in the hallway in the case there at Bloomington North. But no, it's certainly a special player. It'll be fun to watch him on TV next year on the SEC broadcast, huh?
Well, it will, and hopefully he has a great career as well. Appears to be a fine young man as he, again, I've never seen anybody score 1,000 points, go out of the ball game and shake literally every teammate, every coach, and hug his mom. I mean, that was a real treat to see someone handle themselves that way. And again, we're happy to have brought you the broadcast this evening. My partner's Troy Welton. I'm Herb King. We're to say so long this evening. And again, the final score, 79-54. It was Bloomington North with a win over Terre Haute South. We'll be back on the air with more action. Make sure you tune in to Indiana Sports Network.
This program is a copyrighted production of Indiana Sports Network and cannot be shown, reproduced, or redistributed in any way or in any form without prior written permission from Indiana Sports Network.